right, so starting on our backs, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, or just have the legs long. So whatever feels more comfortable for you. If you have two blocks, you can place the blocks underneath the thighs if the soles of the feet are together, just to provide a little more support for the hips and the legs. And then place your hands on your belly and close your eyes. And just take a moment to settle into the earth. Feel the support of the solid ground beneath you. Body releasing, maybe at first just some surface tension. Some of the patterns in which we hold the body when we have to effort to keep it up. And then as you feel the physical body and the nervous system beginning to relax, you'll notice maybe hitting another layer of relaxation and letting go, where more of the body softens, maybe deeper beneath the skin into the fascial system. And then continuing to let go even more, maybe feeling the muscles lengthen and release some of their chronic tension. And even the bones begin to settle, being pulled by gravity. And here we might become very well aware of the breath, and even that gentle touch underneath our fingertips, the rise and fall of the belly. Let that pattern be very soothing to the mind, very calming. And if you find that you're not breathing into the diaphragm area, you're not feeling that belly swell and release, then see if you can send the breath down from wherever it is, perhaps in the chest, more into the abdomen. And you don't have to push or rush the breath in any way. You don't have to have any particular length or count right now. Just continue to settle and relax. And focus the awareness of breathing in the abdomen. Each exhalation taking you just a little deeper, a little more peaceful and settled. And then the last layer to really let go is the patterns with which the mind holds the body. So in many ways, the mind is really just a storage bank of our experiences and our memories. Some people may think inspiration comes from the mind, but really that comes from a different place. And so the mind is both the storage bank as well as that which directs, some of the more fundamental functions of the brain. But it is very much subject to the patterns that have been laid out throughout our lifetime. And as we know, if we repeat those patterns, particularly if we do it unconsciously, then those grooves become more well set, more established. And so the same thing happens with the mind and the body. The mind holds the body in patterns that were set perhaps long ago. ways of guarding or protecting. So see if you can release those as well. And as you do, we're going to grow the breath, but not with force or excessive pushing. We're just going to allow it to grow organically. So on the next inhalation, still feel the belly swell, but now feel the rib cage widen a little bit. And then exhale, feel the navel sink towards the back body, and feel the rib cage come closer together. And make the transition between these two very smooth and even. Now, if you'd like, you can add in that ocean wave or whisper type sound to the breath, the ujjayi breath. And this helps to bring the awareness more into the present moment. But also you can feel, is that transition smooth? Can you hear the vibration staying even and balanced? And then as that becomes established, start to expand the breath to the chest. So we'll inhale the belly first, then the rib cage, then up into the chest. And then exhale the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And a few rounds of making this very smooth and even. Try to watch for any striving or pushing. Let this continue to be a very organic movement, just meeting yourself where you are. And we'll take 3 more full breaths here, just like this. Belly, ribs, chest on inhalation. Belly, ribs, chest on exhalation. Keep relaxing. And because this is not our normal pattern of breath, we don't typically always breathe in this way, it's another way of sort of hacking the mind. It's a new pattern of breathing, and therefore brings the mind into the present moment, and the new experience. And it has the ability to shift the patterns over time when it's done through repetition, so that our normal state of breathing can become more relaxed, deeper, more conscious. And it replaces those unconscious patterns, often that were established during moments of stress. In this way, then, we can begin to create a calmer mind, a clearer focus. And so as you finish your last breath here, I'm just going to gently bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. And if they were on the blocks, that's okay. You can just gently push them towards the center. Bring the knees into your chest for a moment and draw them as deeply into the body as possible. At the same time, keep the tailbone long. Keep the crown of the head reaching away from the tailbone. Feel the navel sink towards the back body. And then we're going to hug the right knee into the chest and extend the left leg long to the floor. As the knee pulls in, feel the left leg lengthening away. Breathe into that separation. Keep both legs firm. And then we'll switch. We'll hug the left knee in and extend the right leg long to the floor. Notice if there's any difference on the left side versus the right. Keep your supporting leg firm. And then bring both knees into the chest one more time. And then take the hands underneath the knees and roll yourself all the way up into a seated position. Sitting with a tall spine, relaxed body. Extend the arms. Join the index and the thumb together. Press the sit bones down and lift through the crown of your head. And then reestablish the pattern of breath we had on our back. So belly, ribs, chest on inhalation. Belly, ribs, chest on exhalation. Ujjayi breathing. Can we maintain that same feeling of calm and relaxation even in an upright position? And when you find it, bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head to your hands. And we'll set the intention for the practice today to create the conditions for a more stable mind so that we can explore the patterns in the body, we can release areas of tensions, and start from that fresh, clean slate. So if there's anything in your life right now that's asking for you to do something similar, maybe it's a pattern that needs to be released or shifted in some way. Or maybe you just wish to be more present so you become aware of what's going on, your reactions versus your conscious actions. Now take a moment to think about that and just place that here in your heart. And then surround it with unconditional love and forgiveness. Remembering that we are all works in progress. And then you're going to keep your eyes closed, but inhale, reach your arms out to the side. Lift and lengthen through your core. Look up even though the eyes are closed. Join the palms together. And then we're going to chant Om as you slowly bring the palms back down towards the heart. So this time without the chant, just bringing the hands down to the heart center. And we'll do that again. Inhale, keep the eyes closed, arms reach out wide as you lift and rise. Inhale again. So you're bringing that vibration down into the body of visualizing that. Again, inhale. Let the hands settle at the heart center. Bow your head to them one more time. And then just take a moment to slowly open the eyes and come back into the room. Hands on top of the knees. You're going to dip the heart forward. And then hold on to the knees and pull the navel toward the back body. Continue. Inhale, heart towards the floor. Exhale, pull the navel back, concave the spine, stretch through the back body. And as you're moving in this way, Heart dips, elbows are lifted, you're reducing that thoracic curve and holding on to the knees, pulling the navel towards the back body, and really opening up that space behind the heart. And take your time with it. You can stay in an area that feels really good, a little bit longer if it gives you good relief. And one more here, dipping forward and then pulling back. Then come into that seated position, move the flesh from the sit bones again, and then inhale, reach both arms up, lift and lengthen through your core, and then exhale, fold over the legs and just soften the hands towards the earth. Head and neck is relaxed here. You can come up onto your fingertips if you'd like for a moment and just let the heart dip a little closer towards the earth, and then bring the palms down, head and neck down. As you fold deeply into the body, just breathe into any area of sensation. So kidneys, back of the ribs, back of the shoulder blades. And now we're going to stay low and just walk the hands to the left. And press the right sit bone down, bow the rib cage. Let that right hip really soften. And feel that stretch along the side body, so the lateral getting open. Right shoulder can sink a little further towards the floor. Navel hugs the back body on exhalation. And then stay low, come back to center. Soften down again, so forehead to the floor. And then move over to the right leg. Square the chest to the right thigh, press your left sit bone down, and breathe here. Make sure that left hip stays anchored. And then see if there's a difference in the side body stretch. Do you feel one side more than the other? Again, seek out those areas of sensation. Breathe into them. Keep relaxing the shoulder heads. And then slowly come back to center again. Soften everything down. And then strengthen the back body by extending the arms in alignment with the ears. Lift all the way up, so a nice firm spine, and then circle the hands back behind you. Point the fingertips towards the hips, and now push down into the earth and lift the heart. Lift up through the shoulders. Everything stretches in that front body. And then roll off the fingertips, and once again sit with a tall spine and just feel that sweet release. Nice. We're going to come into tabletop position. Now we've already done some undulations for the spine, so we have some of that warmth in there. And we're going to go a little bit deeper into the body. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet pressed down into the earth. As you inhale, lift the heart, lift the sit bones, look up. As you exhale, stay here and empty the body of breath. So squeeze from the belly, through the ribs, through the chest, and then keep the breath held out. Tuck the toes, lift the sit bones up and back. And it can just be momentary if you'd like. And then inhale when you need to, bring your knees to the floor. Heart lift, sit bones lift. So you got to work up to retention. You don't want to force it, but we're going to repeat that. Exhale, squeeze the breath, belly, ribs, chest. Hold the breath out, don't breathe in. As you lift the sit bones up and back for downward facing dog, you're going to stay with the breath held out as long as you feel comfortable. And again, the minute you need to breathe, you're going to come back down, knees to floor. Inhale, heart lift, sit bones lift. So that's the pattern. You can go as long or as short as you need to in the retention. Exhale, squeeze the breath out. Hold the breath out, lift up and back. Stay with the breath held out. See if maybe you can take the navel a little deeper underneath the rib cage, hollowing out the belly a bit more. When you need to breathe in, coming back down. And we're going to repeat that 3 more times. Now, if you do it at your own pace, you can really honor where your breath is today. And I like to think of that momentary pause is just kind of stopping the constant fluctuations of the mind. Last one. And then this time, bring your knees to the floor. Sit bones to the heels, child's pose. And if you'd like, just take your hands by your heels, round the upper back for embryo. Everything softens, shoulders relax. And then hands underneath the shoulders, slowly roll yourself up into seated. We're going to tuck the back toes under and come into squat with the feet together, knees together. And then open the knees out wide, where the soles of the feet start to point towards one another. And once again, we're going to soften down on the inside of the legs. And if you have the flexibility, maybe forearms come down. Again, head and neck is relaxed, so just letting that upper body sink, reducing that thoracic curve in the upper back. Inner thighs are opening very nicely here. Continue to breathe. Those of you that can get the soles of the feet to really press into one another, please try to do so. Ujjayi breathing. And then bring the hands back under the shoulders, bring knees and feet together, jump the feet apart, and then come into a wide squat. And we're just going to settle in here. So elbows on the insides of the knees, palms pressed together at the heart center, and then just allowing the hips to open in just a slightly different way here. So gravity can take some of the pelvis, draw it down towards the floor. If you can't have the heels down, that's okay. You can stay on the balls of the feet. In that case, it's easier to have the elbows on top of the knees. Just a couple more full breaths here. Belly, ribs, chest on inhalation. Belly, ribs, chest on exhalation. Last one. And I'm going to plant the hands down one more time. Straighten the legs and turn the toes in. So we want to have parallel feet or toes slightly in, heels out. We're just going to keep the outside edges of the feet to the outside of the mat. So it's a slightly wider forward fold than we typically take. If you need that micro bend in your knee, please take some pressure off of the legs by doing that. And then bring your hands onto your glutes and just slide them down towards your ankles. And repeat that. You go back up to the glutes and slide down. Just kind of think of coaxing the body to open. Again, these patterns in the body of gripping are really well established. And so sometimes it just takes that soft, gentle touch, kind of loving touch to remind the body that it's okay to release. And then when you finish one more here, you're going to wrap the arms around the backs of the calves and just hold on to them. You can hug the chest a little closer to the thighs. Make sure there's no tension in the head and neck. If you even need to shake it yes or no to make sure it's nice and loose, please do so. And then heads of the shoulders, sink them a little deeper into their socket. So you might create a little more space there between the ear and the shoulder head. You can even imagine there's a weight attached to the crown of your head, just allowing this natural traction to happen there in the spine. Sit bones continue to lift. And last two breaths here, please. Now, fingertips come down, heel toe your feet in just to about hip distance apart. And you have your choice here. You can slide the hands up and down on the shins if that's easier. Or if you have the flexibility, you can hook the index middle thumb around your big toe. And we're going to move in and out here of a dynamic monkey. So inhale, straighten your arms, straighten your spine. Only if you can, straighten your legs. And then exhale, bend knees, bend elbows, relax head and neck. And it's the same thing if you're sliding up the shins. You're inhaling,
Just extending the heart and the spine as much as you can, keeping that flat back, and then exhale, the navel hugs way in as you slide back down. Okay, so let's do that again one more time like that, inhaling away. Exhale, fold deeper. And if you're feeling comfortable with that retention today, inhale away. Exhale, fold deeper, so bend the elbows, fold deeper. Let all the breath go out of the body. And only if you're comfortable holding the breath out, you're going to inhale, on the retention, not inhale. On the retention, pull away and extend the spine. And then when you need to inhale, you'll inhale in the extended state. And we'll repeat that. Exhale, you'll fold over the legs, as much of the breath out of the body as possible. Hold the breath out, don't breathe in. Pull away from the legs, straightening arms, straighten spine, holding on the retention. And when you need to, breathe in this position, in an extended position. And then exhale, again, folding over the legs. And repeat. Keeping the breath held out, pull away from the thighs, as much space as you can get during retention. Inhale when you need to here. Exhale, empty out, fold. Hold the breath out on retention, pull away. See if maybe you can suck the navel a little deeper in and up underneath the rib cage. When you breathe in, really fill the sensitive areas with breath. And last one, please, on your own. And then fold over the legs, let everything soften. Bring your hands to your hips, and you're going to scoop the heart as you press into the feet, rising all the way up into standing position. And we'll just find Samastiti here. So standing mountain pose, arms by your side for a moment, just rest. So there's something really powerful about those retentions as I mentioned before, so that interrupting the constant fluctuation of the mind. And even just that little window into silence or stillness provides a greater sense of clarity. We live in a world where there's a lot of distraction. And we've filled those moments we used to have of silence and stillness. And it's done a great disservice to our society. So now let's go back to the very back of our mats where we were and have the feet hip distance apart again, or slightly wider. And we're going to do some sun salutations, but the pranavayu sun salutations, beginning with the hands at the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, you can either sink into chair, or if you can keep going, go towards squat. And then inhale into tabletop position. Spread the collarbones wide. Exhale, tuck the toes, find downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward to the fingertips. Spin the back foot flat for warrior one. Heel to heel alignment. Inhale as you rise up. Now stay for the exhale for this first round. Sink a little deeper into the posture. Let the shoulder heads move down into their socket. Then inhale, straighten the front leg. Really engage the muscle to the bone. And then exhale, lengthen over that front leg, elongating the spine till the fingertips come down. Inhale, pivot on the ball of the back foot. Bend the front knee for high lunge position, heart forward. And exhale to downward facing dog. So the first round, we're going to modify the vinyasa. Inhale to plank position. Bring the knees to the floor. Squeeze the elbows tight into the side as you come down for chaturanga. Belly touches, tops of the feet ground. Inhale. Low belly stays on the floor for cobra, elbows and shoulders pull back. And exhale, navel up and back, downward facing dog. Left leg comes forward to the fingertips. Spin the back foot flat for warrior one. Inhale as you rise up. And then again, you're going to exhale and say, and just go just a little deeper, shoulder heads down into the socket. Inhale, straighten the front leg now. Engage everything, lengthen the front body. exhale, reach over that front leg. Create as much space as possible, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, pivot on the ball of the back foot. High lunge position. And exhale to downward facing dog. And in down dog, we're going to take 5 full breaths. So returning to that ujjayi breathing of belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling belly, ribs, chest. And remember, nice and slow and steady, even breath. So feet are hip distance or slightly narrower. Toes are turned in slightly. Heels are out. Inner thighs are rolling in and back. Sit bones are lifting, creating length through the spine. Roll the shoulder heads away from the ears. Hug the inner elbows toward one another and press firmly through the web of the index and thumb. Last 2 breaths. Good. Inhale, bring your knees to the floor. Tabletop position. Heart lift, sit bones lift. Exhale, you're going to walk back to squat and stay on the balls of the feet. Hands to the heart center into prayer, balancing here. Inhale, press into the feet, come all the way up. Parallel the feet, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Hook the index, middle thumb around your big toe or keep them on your shins. Inhale, pull away. Straighten arms, straighten spine. Elongate the front body. Exhale, bend knees, bend elbows. Relax head and neck. Inhale, bend the knees deeply. Come back up into chair pose, arms reach overhead. Stay for the exhale. Sink just a little deeper. And then root into the feet. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, take the hands to the heart. So that's one round. Let's do another one. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, you're either sinking into chair or going all the way down into squat. Inhale, tabletop position. Spread the collarbones wide. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Right leg forward to the fingertips, spin the back foot flat for warrior 1, heel to heel alignment. Inhale as you rise. Now exhale, stay, go just a little deeper, soften the shoulders. Inhale, straighten the front leg, nice and engaged. Squeeze those inner thighs towards the midline for more stability. Fingertips to the floor, inhale, pivot, high lunge, heart is forward through the shoulders. And exhale, downward facing dog. This time we can do a traditional vinyasa. So you'll inhale to plank position. You can lower the knees if you need to or leave them lifted for chaturanga. If they're down, it's cobra. If the knees are up, it's up dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Then the left leg steps forward. Spin the back foot flat. Warrior 1, inhale. And exhale, go just a little deeper. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Firm muscles. Exhale, lengthen, heel away from crown, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, pivot, high lunge. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 full breaths here. Belly, ribs, chest on inhale, belly, ribs, chest on exhale. And listen to your ujjayi breathing. Try to get it to be steady and stable. Sort of like hacking the mind and teaching it peace and stability instead of fear, anxiety, and worry. One more. Now inhale, knees to floor, heart lift, sit bones lift, spread the collarbones wide. Exhale, you're going to go back to squat, balancing on the balls of the feet, hands to the heart. Inhale, press into the feet, arms reach overhead, make sure the feet are straight as you exhale, forward fold. Hook index, middle thumb around your big toes. Inhale, pull away. Create as much length in the body as you can. You can keep a bent knee if you need to. Exhale, bend more deeply over the legs. Inhale, lean back to chair. Stay for the exhale, go deeper. Inhale, press into the feet, arms reach up over the head. And then exhale, hands to heart. One more round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chair or squat. Inhale to tabletop position. Heart lifts, sit bones lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward to the fingertips, warrior one. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, stay, sink just a little deeper, shoulders relax. Inhale, straighten the front leg, elongate the front body. And then exhale, reach over that front leg, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, pivot, high lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. This time we'll take a different vinyasa. Bring your feet together, a little harder. Come through plank position into upward facing dog. Now exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Push back up into up dog, so knees are off the floor. And then exhale, down dog. Now the left leg steps forward, spin the back foot flat, warrior one. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, stay, sink just a little deeper. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, over the leg, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, pivot for high lunge. And exhale, downward facing dog, 5 full breaths. Ujjayi breathing. And revisiting that quality of mind during the pause where everything is clear and stable. Last breath. Now bringing the knees to the floor, tabletop position, spread the collarbones wide. Exhale, walk back to squat. Hands at the heart. Inhale, press into the feet, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold, navel to spine. Folding over those legs, grab the toes. Inhale, pull away. Elongate. Exhale, fold more deeply. Inhale, lean back to chair. Stay for that exhale, go down deeper. Inhale, lift and rise. And exhale, hands to heart. And now just be here, keeping the hands either at the heart or down by your side, but find that quiet quality of mind, that quietude and peace, feeling of stability and clarity. Belly, ribs, chest on inhale, belly, ribs, chest on exhale. Bringing the breath back down into the body, not just having our awareness always be from the head. Good, last one. Okay, so we're still here at the back of our mats, and we'll do a little chair pose variation. So inhale, the arms are going to reach up. And exhale, sink into chair. Now stay for the inhale, lower the shoulders, tailbone under, lower belly lifts. Exhale, fold over the legs. But as you inhale, reach the arms behind you like wings, so palms face up. Then exhale, just bring your arms through, knees stay bent. And then inhale, lean back to chair, engaging the muscles of the back body. Repeat that. Exhale, contract the front body, fold over the bent knees. Inhale, the arms behind you like wings. Exhale, just the arms come through. Inhale as you lean back to chair. Repeat. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. It's an inhale as you lean back. 3 more. Remember, the breath is moving you. Last one. Leaning back to chair. Slowly straighten the legs. And exhale the arms down by your side. Samastiti. Take a moment to just feel warmth through the legs. Okay, we're going to turn the right foot out to a slight angle and step the left foot forward to a comfortable distance, but slightly longer than you would for pyramid, right around warrior one legs. So that's about 4.5 feet. Back heel is angled, toes pointing towards the upper right corner of your mat. Left foot is straight. Bring the palms out in front of you, palms to touch, arms straight. Bend into your front knee and widen the arms. Inhale here. Exhale, pull the navel towards the back body. It's like closing a gate. Bring the palms to touch. Repeat that again. Bend into the front knee. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, pull the navel in, straighten the front leg, palms to touch. 3 more, please. So even though we're feeling that expansion through the heart, still breathe. Belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, feel the navel pull you back. Belly, ribs, chest. 1 more. Good. Inhale, the arms reach overhead, and you're welcome to keep them over the head if that's fine for you. If it's too intense, you can just do one arm with the left hand on the sacrum. Inhaling here, exhale, you're going to come down to about halfway. Extend, inhale, stay, get a little longer. Make as much room in the spine as possible. Exhale, come down 3/4 of the way. Inhale, stay, extend, get just a little bit longer. And then exhale and melt all the way down, whatever your all the way down is. So that can be 3/4, that can be chest on top of the thigh, fingertips on the floor on either side of the foot. If you have blocks, you can place your hand on the blocks. Breathe here. Let the upper body really soften. Legs are the firm part, so you're pushing in the ball of the front foot, the heel of the back foot, squeezing those inner thighs towards the midline. But if that base of the body is stable, the upper body can really soften over it. Head and neck is released. Good, keep breathing. Again, encountering those first layers, more at the surface. And then as they release with each of your relaxed exhales, then you find that you can go a couple layers deeper. Navel hugs the back body. One more. Really let go. Now looking forward, put the weight into your front foot. Bring your fingertips out in front of you. If you need your blocks, shift them. Weight goes forward, lift the right leg up in the air. Standing leg splits, the hips are stay square. It doesn't have to be as high as you think it should be. Keep the hips square, that's more important. Now, we're gonna bend the bottom knee, bend the top knee, sink into the pose a little bit. So get a little give there. Now anchor into that bottom leg, lift the top leg a little higher. Repeat that again. Exhale, sink into your bottom leg, top knee. Bend just a little bit there. Inhale, root down into the earth. See if you can reach away just a little bit more. One more dynamic like that. Exhale. Inhale, extend away and now stay. And you can wrap that left arm around the leg if you'd like, drawing the chest a little closer to the thigh. Again, it doesn't matter how high up that back leg is. Just try to keep those hips square. Head and neck is relaxed. Make sure you don't gather the weight or the strength rather in the face, in the jawline, the eyes. Breathe here. Stay relaxed in the upper body. Roll the shoulders if you have to. One more. And now you're going to take that right leg and lunge it all the way back on your mat. Now, if you need the extra padding, flip your mat over, lower your knee down to the floor. And we're going to keep the back toes tucked, sit back on that heel, and flex the left foot, and just stretch into the hamstring here. Try to keep the spine straight, head, neck, torso, tailbone in a straight line. Enjoy that stretch there. Breathe into it. Feel the nervous system calming down from the effort. And then notice how the mind is getting quieter, a little more clear. And we're going to go back into that same standing leg splits, but keep the mind in that calm state. Put weight into the left foot, reach the right leg up in the air again. If you want to wrap the arm around the calf, great, but see if the mind is in a little bit more of a stable state. And does the experience change? And then step the right foot up to meet the left. Standing forward fold. You can shift the feet and legs and hips if you need to. And then rest. Hands to hips. Scoop your heart. Rise all the way up into standing. And then just take a moment in Samastiti to feel that. Ujjayi breathing. Very nice. Let's inhale, the arms reach up. We'll vinyasa to the back again. So exhale, forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose. You can have your hands on your shins or grab onto those toes again if you'd like, but pull the heart away from the pubic bone. And exhale, step your hands forward a little bit further so that when you step your legs back, you're ready for plank position. And then knees can lower or keep them lifted for chaturanga. If the knees are down, it's cobra. If the knees are up, it's upward facing dog, but shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, navel up and back for downward facing dog. Three breaths here, please. Just using that down dog like a reset. So we really work that one side of the body, and now just feeling the benefit of the symmetrical pose here. Navel hugs the back body on exhalation. Then we'll walk our hands slowly back to our feet at the very back of the mat and find standing forward fold once again. Inhale, reach the arms out wide, lift and rise as you come up. And then exhale, hands to your side. Samastiti. Okay, let's do the other side now. So we're going to turn the left toes out to a slight angle and step the right foot forward to a comfortable distance. And you can cheat that a little bit if you want to wiggle those toes forward. But we want to have that same, about warrior one stance, about 4, maybe 4.5 feet. The idea here, though, is hips square to the front, back heels angled, but toes are pointing towards the upper left corner of your mat. And then we're going to bring the arms out in front. Once again, arms are long, palms touch. As you bend into the front knee, you're going to inhale, open the arms out wide, palms expand, and the heart really widens. Exhale, hug the navel towards the back body, like closing the gate, bring the hands together, front knee straightens. Repeat that again. Inhale, bend into the knee, arms widen, chest expands. Exhale, close everything up. And remember that pattern of belly, ribs, chest on inhale. Begin. 3 more on your own. Hug the low ribs in on exhalation as well. Mind steady, eyes steady. Notice how that clarity comes in. 1 more. Very nice. Now you can bring the arms up over the head. Again, if having both arms overhead is too intense, then you're just going to bring that right hand to the sacrum and the left arm will stay long. Either way, inhale here, elongate the spine, and then exhale. You're going to keep those arms in alignment with the ear, head, neck, torso, tailbone in a straight line, come to halfway. Now inhale, stay, elongate, get a little bit longer. You can even lift slightly with the breath. Exhale, come down to 3/4 of the way. Same thing, you're going to inhale, elongate, create more length and space, and then exhale and come all the way down. So hands on either side of the foot. Again, if you need your blocks, please grab them. Your all the way down might be 3/4 of the way. That's fine. If your chest is on the thigh, great. Head and neck is relaxed. You're going to push the ball of the front foot away from the back heel. Squeeze the inner thighs towards the midline. Find that Ujjayi breathing and calm the nervous system down. So we move through that first layer, and then through that relaxed but deep breathing, we can get to those other layers and see them release as well. Keep letting go, particularly in the neck, the face, the jaw. Base of the body stays really firm and engaged, and that provides a solid foundation for that upper body. Last two. Okay, when you're ready, I'll put weight into that front foot, pivot on the ball of the back foot. We're going to move into that standing leg split. So as the weight comes forward, left leg goes up in the air, but then we'll bend the knee here. So bend the bottom leg, bend the top leg, kind of sink into the joint, and then reach up out of it by pushing into the earth, extend all the way up, and then do it again. Exhale, bend into the knee, bottom leg, top leg. Inhale, straighten and elongate just a little bit more. Exhale, one more time. And inhale, elongate, and welcome that shaking. If that body is shaking, that's okay. We're just changing the patterns. Right arm wraps around the back of the leg if you're comfortable. Hands on the blocks if you need them. Do not take the tension into the face, neck, or jaw. Breathe here. Relax the shoulders. Keep lifting that back leg. Try to keep those hips square. It's tempting to want to pop the leg open, but it's not about height of the leg. It's about this elongation of the spine. One more breath. Now, take that leg all the way back on your mat. We're going to move into that high lunge, so flip the mat over if you need the padding. Keep the back toes tucked under. Flex the right foot, and now sit back on the heel and just stretch into the hamstring. Make sure you're flexing the foot and pulling the pinky toe side of that foot back. Head and neck is relaxed, but keep the spine straight. Keep settling into those layers. If it helps, you can close the eyes here. That's fine. Full, complete breaths. One more. Now remember, we're going to go back into the pose, but we're going to come into it from this calm and quiet state. So really settle the mind. And then walk the fingers back, weight into that right foot, slowly lift the left up. If you want to wrap the arm around the calf, go ahead. And just see that calm, relaxed mind having an effect on the body. Stay in that peaceful state, that tranquil state. And then left foot to meet right, standing forward fold, melt over the legs. Hands to hips, scoop the heart, slowly come up into standing. And then once again, just finding samastiti balance here. Observe right and left sides. Last breath. Now come back to the very front of the mat, and then take your right foot and bring it back behind you. Turn your toes and heels out. So you're about maybe three 3.5 feet. Nice wide stance here, hips open to the side wall. Inhale the arms out long, and then exhale, take your left hand to your right foot. And if you need to, bend the knee to get there or use a block, please do so. Rotate navel, chest, head and neck. Inhale, press into the feet and come up. We're gonna do the same side. So left hand to right foot again. Bend the knee if you need to. Rotate navel, chest, head and neck. Inhale, come up. So we're gonna do that 3 more times, but we're gonna bring in a chant that means peace, which is shanti. So inhale here. Shanti. Inhale up again. So use the chant to help ring out a little deeper. Shanti. Inhale. Last one like this. Remember the meaning. Shanti. Inhale, come back up. We're going to go to the other side. So right hand to left foot, bend the knee if you need to. Rotate. Remember navel, chest, head and neck. Inhale and come up. So we know what we're doing. We're going to do 4 rounds of Shanti. Shanti. Inhale. 2 more. Shanti. Inhale. Sorry, that was incorrect. There's 2 more here now. Shanti. Inhale. Last one. Shanti. Inhale, come up. We're going to go back to the first side with the chant and then stay. Shanti. Now, in your mind, hear the same chant each time you exhale and see if you can use that chant to squeeze a little deeper, just surrendering a bit more into the twist, into the pose. Mental repetition. And this time, surrender through the legs. So just forward fold through the legs, let everything hang. Line the fingertips up with the toes, bend the elbows. Head and neck hangs. Good, hands to hips, scoop hard as you come back up into standing. And we'll do the other side. Inhale the arms long. Take the right hand now to your left foot. Rotating here, chest, ribs, head and neck. Now staying in the posture, mental repetition. See if you can hear the vibration, hear the chant, and let that twist you deeper. But remember the meaning. One more. Now stay into the forward fold right between the legs. Again, fingertips lined up with the toes, head and neck relaxed. If you can let the head just hang, you could shake it yes or no. If you happen to have it touch the floor, then just that little bit of stimulation there for the crown. Keep lifting the sit bones up. Don't sink in the heels. hands to the hips, come back up into standing. And this time we're going to turn the toes out, heels in, come down into a sumo wrestler stance, so very wide-based squat, forearms to the thighs, and you're just going to press them apart. And let the body weight just sink down into the pelvis again. Feeling that grounding, that anchoring, stability, all that root chakra stuff. And if you want to dip the shoulders here, you can come up a little bit out of the pelvic floor, hands onto the mid-thigh. One shoulder can dip down, just a little bit deeper twist for the upper back, and then dip the other shoulder down. And just move back and forth. And so some of that heat we've generated, using that to help get deeper relief through the spine. Last one. Good. And then we're just going to bring the fingertips behind us, sit bones down, soles of the feet together. If you need to prop your sit bones up, you can use a blanket. But you can scoot your hips forward so you have an anterior tilt of the pelvis. And then either wrap the hands around the feet completely or hook the index middle thumb around the big toe again. Pull the heart up through the shoulders. Feel that tall, elongated spine. And then close the eyes. Once again, hear that vibration, the shanti, meaning peace. And its translation is often to be without disturbance. And what better way to describe a calm, clear mind than a mind that is without disturbance? And if you feel inclined here, you can begin to fold, pressing the elbows into the calves if they reach. Try to keep the spine as straight as possible. Last one. And then lean back again. We're going to extend the left leg out wide, but taking a wide janu. So heel to the perineum, nice long wide stance, internal rotation of the left thigh, flex your left foot. Inhale, the left arm is going to reach up in the air, so creating space along the side body. And then exhale, we're just going to come to the side on the inside of the leg. So if you can get that left forearm down to the floor, that's great. You can hold on to the pad of the big toe. If not, you could just place the top of the hand there, whatever you're capable of doing. And we're going to reach the right arm up in the air. We're just going to do a little bit of stretching for the shoulder again. So inhale the arm over the head, elongate the opposite side body. And now exhale, bend the elbow, rotate the navel a little deeper to the right as you open up. And then do that again. Inhale, arm over the head, palm faces down. Exhale, bend the elbow, twist the navel slightly to the right, open the shoulder. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and rotate. And then you can stay. You can stay with the arms straight up in the air, binding the bottom elbow to the thigh, or to the calf rather. You could rotate the navel deeper to the right. You could take the arm over the head and continue that elongated side body. Or if you've got the flexibility, you can reach for the pinky toe pad of your foot, rotating the navel to the right. If you'd like, you can also release this bottom arm and push the opposite hip away. So you bring it to the opposite crease of hip and thigh and just push in there just a little bit, creates a little more length along the side body. Nice space here. Head and neck is relaxed, mind is steady. Full breaths. And then reach the right arm up in the air, engage the right side body, come back into a seated position, and just close the eyes for a moment to feel. Okay, we're going to swap out the leg. So now the left foot comes in, have a nice wide stance here. heel to the perineum. Internal rotation of the right leg, and you might find that one leg is tighter than the other, so that's perfectly normal. Inhale the right arm up, elongate that side body, maybe still feeling some of the space from the other side. And then just gently bring that arm down, elbow on the inside, palm face up. Again, if it's just hand on the floor, that's fine. Or if you've got the ability to grab the pad of the big toe and bind a little bit there. Inhale the left arm up. And then reach that arm over the head. And exhale, squeeze and rotate the navel deeper to the left as you bend the elbow. 3 times, just warming up a little deeper here. Inhale, arm over the head, palm down. Exhale, squeeze, gaze can turn up, navel can rotate to the left. Inhale. Just working through those layers. Exhale. And then inhale. You can choose what position you want to be in. So left arm can stay straight up in the air. You can take the palm over the head with that elongated side body. If you've got the flexibility, you can reach for the pinky toe pad of the foot and then rotate, bending the top elbow just a little bit more. Wherever you're feeling sensation, breathe into it. Of course, if you want to release that bottom arm, kind of gives a little extra opportunity to push the hip away, a little more space there along that left side body. Either way, stay with that calm, stable mind. Very nice. And the left arm can go up in the air. You're going to use the engagement of the side body, so squeezing the side body to bring yourself back up. And then just sit and rest for a minute. So it's almost like a stretched rubber band. Just give it a moment to recoil, but it'll never go back exactly where it was before. All right, now straightening the legs out in front of you, Dandasana staff pose. Again, you can move the flesh from the sit bones if you'd like. Hands beside the hips, just sit tall. Legs are engaged, feet are flexed. Spine is strong. So we're going to move into retention again like we were doing earlier in the practice. Inhale, both arms reach up and over the head. Exhale here. And then as you hold the breath out, fold over both legs with the breath held out. Then just slide the hands back towards the hips. Inhale up again. Arms reach overhead. Stay here. Exhale the breath out of the body. Hold the breath out as you fold over the legs. So the navel really pulls in towards the back body. Slide the hands back through the legs. Inhale, rise up again. Exhale. Hold the breath out as you fold. Slide the hands back during retention. Inhale, lift them up. 2 more like this. Last one. Now this time we're going to go and stay. So you're going to exhale all the breath out. Keep the breath held out as you move into the fold. And now stay. And it doesn't matter where your hands land. That can be shin, ankle, feet, just on the floor. Try to keep the pinky toe sides of your feet pulling back so the outer hip is opening. And then just rest the head and neck. And again here too, feel those layers as the mind becomes more and more stable. More layers are willing to release. Last 2. And inhale the arms in alignment with the ears, activate the back body, press into the legs to come up, and then exhale, arms down by your side. And once again, just observe, open body, stable mind. Okay, we're going to come onto our backs, but if you are in a cooler room, you can definitely put the socks and sweaters on now. We'll do a few more postures, closing postures, but they don't require that the feet are used. And that way, when you go into Shavasana, you'll be nice and ready just to rest completely. But here's where you're going to want to have that strap, and you can certainly modify this without the strap. So if you don't have one, that's perfectly fine. We're going to come onto our backs. Once again, the knees into the chest. Just hug them as close to the body as you can. Notice if that's a little easier now than it was at the very beginning of the class when you first started. Tailbone is long, away from the crown of the head. Good. And then we're going to take that strap and hook it around the left foot, extend the right leg long to the floor. But if you can't, you can always hold the calf or the foot if you have that ability. If you're holding the strap, you're going to hold it as close to the foot as possible. And then just extend the leg. So lift the heel, pull the pinky toe side of the foot back. Feel that you could make an imprint into the ceiling. Breathe here. And now keeping that extension, can you open the leg out to the side? And just feel that little length and release there for the inner thigh, outer hip. And then we're going to bring that back to center now and take it over the chest. So it's going to go all the way across the body to the opposite side. If the foot can touch the floor, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. You could always put a block under it if you want. But the left arm opens out into a T. And if you need to shift your hips back a little bit because it's a deeper twist, you're welcome to do that to feel more stable and comfortable. But you're gazing over that left shoulder now and just feel this wonderful release. Shoulder softens towards the earth, navel hugs the back body. Bottom supporting leg stays engaged, but in a more relaxed way. Releasing any tension you still have encountered. One more. And now to gently come back, just lift that left leg back up in the air. And take the strap off if you had it. You might need to square your hips back off on your mat. And then we'll do the other side. So you're going to extend the left leg long to the floor, hook the strap around the right foot. And once again, just reach up through that heel and pull the pinky toe side of the foot down. And imagine you could make that imprint in the ceiling. And then take the leg out to the side. So these postures that open up the hip are really lovely. And these are things we can do at any time. So sometimes it's nice to start the morning this way with some of these gentle hip openers. And they stimulate the part of our nervous system that helps us to stay calm. So one more breath here. Just letting that inner thigh lengthen, outer hip pull in. And then we'll come back to center and we'll just switch it out. So left hand grabs your strap. Of course, if you're not using the strap, just hold on to the leg and you're going to take it all the way across the body. And if you need to pick your hips up and shift them a little bit behind you, that's fine. Open the right arm out into a half T, gaze over the right shoulder, and really let gravity do the rest of the work. Navel sinks towards the back body, right shoulder softens down. Belly breathing, feel on that surrender of the exhalation, that the twist gets a little deeper, but not through force, just through letting go. Very nice. Last breath here. And then gently come back. And again, you can remove the strap, square yourself off on your mat if you need to. And I want to do one more of the retention of the breath, and with a little bit deeper work of the bandhas. So the bandhas, mula bandhas, the lift of the pelvic floor, Uddiyana bandha, the lift of the abdomen, and then Jalandhara bandha is the chin lock, or the chin drawing in towards the sternal notch. But if you're not comfortable with any of that, then I'd like you just to keep your legs straight, feet flexed, arms by your side. And what you'll do is you'll inhale the arms over the head, interlace the fingers, and push the palms away. And then exhale here to your capacity. So squeezing first from the lower belly, through the ribs, through the chest, emptying as completely as possible. You can hold for a moment or two if it's comfortable. And then you'll slowly bring the breath back in the same way. So chest, ribs, belly now. Okay? If you're comfortable with working with the bandhas and holding the breath out longer than that without strain, then we're going to also bring the arms over the head, interlace the fingers, push the palms away. Take a deep inhale into chest, ribs, belly, almost to pelvic floor. And then exhale, squeeze the lower belly in and up, squeeze the navel deeply in and up, squeeze the air out of the rib cage, out of the chest. Now hold the breath out, don't breathe in, and now suck everything in and up. So you're lifting Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Jalandhara happens naturally as the sternal notch moves closer to the chin. You could draw the chin down slightly if you'd like. You're holding on retention with the 3 locks engaged, and then when you need to release, a gentle releasing of the musculature, and then breathe chest, ribs, belly. Let's do that again together. So take a recovery breath, inhale, exhale. Now again, inhale, chest, ribs, belly, even feeling as if it goes into the pelvic floor. Then exhale, squeeze the lower abdomen, squeeze the abdomen, squeeze the rib cage, the chest, push all the breath out. Now hold the breath out, don't breathe in, and suck everything in and up, lifting pelvic floor, lifting core, lifting the sternal notch towards the chin and chin slightly down towards the sternal notch. Feeling that deep stretch in the abdomen. No strain, so when you need to relax, relax the musculature and take a full recovery breath. So this is a very personal practice. Let's do 3 more on your own. Again, if you don't want to use the retention, just opt out with what I showed at the very beginning. So we're at about 1 more here.
And then just let your arms float down by your side. Palms face up. You can widen the legs a little if you'd like. Toes fall out to the side. And just prepare yourself for Shavasana. So minimizing movement and just settling in when you are able to. If you're in a lighted room, it's nice to cover the eyes with an eye pillow. There's something really powerful about engaging and then releasing, so tap into that contrast between the two, between tension and relaxation. Between effort and letting go. And really even between my will and thy will. Or doing and being.
So very slowly begin to deepen your breath. And as the breath deepens, start to return to your awareness of this time and space. Thumbs can gently brush up against the fingers. You can move your fingers and toes, and roll your wrists and your ankles. And then gently draw your knees into your chest. Feel settled there. And then curl to your left side, your right side into fetal. Just rest with the arm under the head as a pillow. And placing the hand deeply into the earth, slowly come up. Head and neck heavy, eyes closed as you come up. If you want to prop your sit bones up, grab onto a blanket or bolster. And just get comfortable here for a few moments of meditation. Join all of the fingertips together. Helping to balance the right and left hemispheres of the brain. And then go back to awareness of the breath. Just gentle, easy belly breathing. And recall the intention to move into that place of a tranquil mind, a settled mind, so that it doesn't impose old patterns or memories into our experience, but rather we're able to see with fresh eyes, experience with a fresh heart. And once again, recall the meaning of the mantra Shanti, to be without disturbance. Let that permeate every single cell in the body. So that the whole body is resonating with the quality of peace. Using the power of your mind, you can just do a little bit of alternate nostril breathing. So, with the power of the mind, inhale only through the left nostril. See it come in and meet at that space between the eyebrows, the third eye. And then exhale from the third eye out the right nostril. Inhale in through the right nostril. Have it meet at the third eye. And again, using the power of the mind, from the third eye, let the breath go out the left nostril. And please continue this. Inhaling left, third eye, exhaling right, inhaling right, third eye, exhale left. On your own. And as you're breathing out, allow the breath only to go a few inches beyond the rim of the nose. And as you're breathing in, see the breath as a form of white light, like a thread or thin line meeting at the third eye. And same thing, that thread or thin line of white light moving out the right nostril or opposite nostril. And then breathing in to the third eye. And then out, and it only goes out a few inches beyond the rim of the nose. Continue. This is a purely nasal breath. And the breath becomes so subtle that it almost feels as if it's just the energy that's moving. Don't force it. Just experience. And when you finish by exhaling out the left nostril, take your time to get there. And just see two even lines of light coming in from both nostrils to the midbrain, and exhale from the midbrain out both nostrils. Just a few inches beyond the rim of the nose, watching more the prana than the breath. As those individual lines of light come into the midbrain, we encounter a greater source of light there. And if you feel that it's strong and can hold your attention, then at some point you can let the breathing go and just keep the mind absorbed in the light. as you stay absorbed in that light, notice the quality. Total and complete peace. Completely without disturbance. And then just slowly begin to lower your chin to your chest. That you can keep that good feeling with you. And bring your hands back together in front of your heart. And bow your head. And just returning to that intention we set. To be without disturbance, to be in peace. And we'll seal the practice with the chant of Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Deep inhale. Om Shanti Just lower your chin to your chest. And then gradually open your eyes and come back. Namaste. So thank you for joining me for practice. I hope that this was helpful to you in some way. And if you liked the video, please click on the like and subscribe and share it with family and friends that you think would benefit from these practices. Also in the description is a link to my Patreon account if you'd like to support these free videos and keep them coming. You have many options on there to choose from for other classes that are not just open to the public. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.